changed obviously since the end of last season. How ready are you guys for week one?
Yeah, well, I mean, we still got a few days of preparation here to get ready and get rolling, but I think guys are excited. Obviously, it's always a long camp and a long off season, so been waiting a while for this moment, and we're excited to get out there on Monday night and show everyone what we got.
What have you seen the most growth in just Caleb running this offense, and what you've done?
Yeah, I think his whole pre-snap process that's continued to grow from April up until now, and I know that he's taken a lot of pride at dialing that in and getting that right, and a lot of coaches will tell you that a lot of snaps are won, before that ball is even snapped. So your pre-snap process is huge, for all of us, but obviously especially at that quarterback position. And I think Caleb's taking a lot of great steps there.
Do you have your own curiosity in how this offense is going to look the first time you get to see it in the regular season?
Yes and no. I mean, I think I know how we're going to look based on the way we practice, and I think that physicality will for sure show up. Obviously to do it with real and live, and now it really counts. That'll be exciting to see, but I got a lot of confidence and faith in the guys in the locker room and what we've built starting back in April.
Well, how much better has Caleb gotten at using cadence as a weapon other than pre-snap?
Yeah, I think that's something that the coaches have harped on him with, and he's had no choice but to get better, and that's been evident. I felt like my last game up in Kansas City was one of my better games getting off the football, and a lot of that is because of Caleb's cadence and his rhythm. And, so he's really developed in that regard, and that's a huge advantage for us up front, getting off the football and getting on the blocks when the quarterback's down and things like that.
What's the key to adjusting to the wrinkles of the defense, like the defense does like guys mid-game?
Yeah, just sticking to our fundamentals, knowing our rules for every play, making sure we're on the same page in terms of identification. So that would be big for all of us, and as long as we're on the same page in that regard, we should be able to handle it just fine.
Ben was just talking about getting everyone the ball on offense. There are a lot of weapons. Colston added to the mix too. Now that you've had camp to kind of see how the offense shakes out with two primary tight ends, how does it look for you? How does it feel?
Talk about how about the back, how our backs, our receivers, and so you got those guys added to the mix as well. Obviously Ben's done this before on very high level offenses, and the goal is to get 70 plus plays in a game, so we're running a ton of plays, and when you do things like that, you're moving the ball. A lot of different guys will be able to get the ball in their hands. So excited about that, and I know if we all execute all together, and on plays that you're not getting the ball, you're blocking, running downfield, it'll all work out for us for sure.
Well, beyond just cadence, where else have you recognized growth from Caleb in the pre-snap process?
Yeah, well, I think identification of defenses, and obviously knowing certain areas where to kill, zero looks, those type of deals, and sure there's some growing pains through that in terms of how maybe Ben wants that and how he sees it and seeing it through Ben's eyes. But I think you've seen him really take hold of that, starting the spring up till now, and that's been really cool to see.
And Colston in particular, just now having gone through camp with him, what excites you about getting to play alongside him and how you guys could potentially be this?
Yeah, I love it. Colston's great. It's been getting to know him. He's been a lot of fun. Consider him now a really close friend, and it's been cool to see him grow throughout camp too. Adjusting to the physicality of the NFL is a different beast, but I've been really impressed by how he's handled himself, mainly in the run game and those type of deals and being physical in his routes. So that's been a lot of fun to watch, and I'm excited for him this year.
Coach, you guys want to see
that things are different this year. It's not copy paste. So what do you hope the Vikings think you guys are? They prepare for you?
Yeah, I don't know. If I knew that, we'd solve a lot of issues around here. That's for sure. So they'll definitely, we got to be prepared for something and they'll definitely bring something to us. But going back to an earlier question, that's why it's important that we stick to our fundamentals, stick to our rules. And if we do those things, we'll be just all right.
Cole, you won't see him for a while, but it's the Packers. What did you make of that blockbuster trade for Parsons?
Yeah, thank you, Caleb. Thank you. Stuff like that seems like to go down every year in the league. So I honestly haven't thought too much about it. I'll worry about that when we play them.
Well, you mentioned Colston, the run game.
Yeah.
People obviously noticed what he could do in the pass game, but what has stood out to you about his blocking abilities?
Well, yeah, like I said, just the physicality. I think he brings a good physicality in the run game, and that's not easy to do as a rookie coming in the league. I knew how it was for me at first, but he handles his own that's for sure. And you see him get knocked out and all those type of great things. So it's been a lot of fun to see him develop throughout the game so far.
A couple more between he and Burton and Kyle.
Yeah.
You guys have some rookies that contribute this year.
Yeah.
When you made it just that class?
Well, it's impressive, when you can come in and handle your own, show the coaches, and gain the coaches' trust. I think is the biggest thing, and I think all three of those guys have done that to some capacity. Whether it's making plays or how they handle adjustments on the football field, they've all shown that, and they deserve all the credit for that. So it'll be cool to see how they kind of develop throughout the season.
When you were a kid, or when you were a rookie, how long did it take you to kind of be in the right place at the right time?
I was a kid, wasn't I? Yeah, it takes a bit. I mean, for me, it took a bit, but I had Jimmy Graham yelling at me all the time, and when you want to impress somebody, you find ways to make it right. I think that's the biggest thing. As a player, you always want respect from the peers in your locker room, and all three of those guys take a lot of pride in earning guys' respect. And when that's the case, they're going to do everything they can to know the playbook, know their job, and know that thing in and out.
Yeah, because now you really get the game plan and do the things that you talk about in the meetings, but not really necessarily in practice for everybody to see. So,
what are you expecting of Caleb in terms of improvement relative to last year?
his leadership to go up another notch, and then his play to go up another notch. He's got the offense down pat, and he just got to go out there with the keys that he has to his offense and just produce.
Where do you think his skills will go up this year in terms of pro football, everything?
We got a lot of playmakers out there now, so you just choose where you want to go to, and then we can make them look good after that. So. We try to take a lot off his plate, but at the same time, he has the quarterback, so he just got to go out there and do his thing.
Do you feel like you two can hit the ground running this year as opposed to last year, where it took a little while to get the chemistry on the field as well?
I don't know. We're going to have to see. Like I said last year, you don't know until you really start hitting the ground running and seeing where everybody's at.
Like Caleb talks about, distributing the ball, then setting this overnight. There's so many playmakers in this offense and getting everybody in the touches. How have you seen Caleb distribute the ball where he's not clocked in on one guy? He's just trying to evenly distribute.
I don't know if it's going to be even. He got to go through his progression. Whoever opens the fastest, we all are racing to get to a certain spot in progression. And if one's not open, two not open, and he got to get all the way back to 4 or 5, it is what it is. At the end of the day, whoever gets the ball, he's got to take something.
Yeah, like you feel like this will be the most ways that you could use that offense for them this year.
Maybe, I don't know. You can't tell everybody everything. Everybody see this, so I don't know.
Have you heard the Debo comparisons?
I have heard the Debo comparisons. You can't get away from it now with social media, so it is what it is.
Is that a fair comparison?
Nah, I'm myself. I love Debo, but I'm myself.
But just in the way that, he's in the backfield, he's wide and slot, is that what you like, being able to be everywhere?
Just to get the ball in my hand, I don't want to say yeah, but being compared to Debo, he was doing it at a high level and still is, so I just got to get my feet right and going.
DJ, how much more opportunity is there? I know preseason was successful, but to show the fans in Chicago that things are really different this year?
They're just going to have to come out and see it and not boo us if something's going wrong. So we never out of the fight. We're just going to keep fighting.